Great day, ladies and gentlemen. Great day, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing, boys and girls all over the world? Understand that the earth is your turf. Live off the land and recognize your worth. I want to officially welcome y'all to what you formerly knew as the Boss Move interview until now it is officially the Iron Sharpen Iron movement interviews. And on the Iron Sharpen Iron interview, we take a look at great people who are doing great things in the city of Savannah, not just for their personal self, but in the area of business, in the area of community as well. And today we sitting here today with the Renaissance realtor, if I must say, and the monster Mogul. And I say that because of his drive and not because of his size. Mr. JB, how you doing, brother?
Good, man. Good to meet you finally.
Likewise, man. We was hit and miss, but you know, we can't stop what focus happen. It's nice to meet you, man. If you can introduce yourself a little bit, kind of tell them what you do a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm James Bennett, aka JB. Some people know me as JB Flip Savannah. Some people call me JB Mogul. And I'm also JB Real Estate Investor on Instagram. Basically, one of my biggest things is, rebuilding community. And also take along the people that's from the actual community and teach them how to do the same thing. Building a better community will give you a better life for the kids and for everybody around you. And being a real estate investor, I actually go through the hood and find properties that need rehab, fix them up, and actually, bring them back to life and bring them back to people that's from the particular neighborhood, like you left years ago. Make it more safe in terms of crime, and install cameras. Like right now, we're sitting inside my restaurant, which was supposed to be called the Hood, but now it's being bought up by all the SCAD and all the other out-of-towners. And I'm one of the only black-owned businesses that actually own their own building right here. Everybody else actually don't. So it's just something that I pride myself on. Actually, I want to do for the community, and advocate for the community, and donating back to the community, right. And also pulling people along that want to listen to do the same thing.
Right, from outside of the community. That's what's up. So, I hear you doing a lot of great things, and can you give me kind of like a quick backdrop story of who you were before you got to this point, or until you developed until this point?
No, just like you. I'm just like everybody else. And a lot of people, that's one of the good stories behind everything is I'm basically was born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica, and I'm talking about the slums. I'm talking about galvanized roofs, no running water inside my house. It wasn't a house. It was kind of like just a shack. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it was one room, the kitchen outside, the pipe outside, the bathrooms outside. So, but I was comfortable. I grew up, dirt poor, but I didn't realize I was poor until I actually moved out of the city and went to one of the rural areas where my buddies actually had a big house, with his mom and dad, and I was like, wow, right. It's ridiculous, So it kind of gave me a different perspective on life. So I did 24 years in Jamaica. I worked at the ports there after I got out of high school for 5 years. Then I left to start my own cab company. Not that, my dad said, come here. He decided to come here, and I joined the military straight out of Brooklyn, New York. And, I could have made another change. I could have, I had a lot of buddies in Jamaica that were doing dope. And when I say kingpins, they were kingpins. I'm talking about
good boys.
Yes, they had everything. Talk about going to their little shack. They have maybe $1 million worth of United States currency just laying in front of them and everything. So, but my thing was, I was having a son, and I decided, I want to do something different. Right. So I decided to go to the military, and that kind of catapulted me from kind of being focused, go back to school, and when I was in the military, and then got out, started my own business, and started doing like what most people do here. I started selling clothes, like t-shirts, jeans, old cell phones, electronics. I used to buy them, fix them up, sell them back. Right. And on the internet, I made a lot of money. Then I started doing real estate. I started with 1 house, 2 houses, 3 houses. Then today we own close to over 300 units.
Did you start in Brooklyn, or when you got out of the military, did you come straight to Savannah?
Yeah. When I got out of when I was in Brooklyn, New York, I was there, and everybody in Brooklyn my family was actually doing like just regular jobs, like either working at a store, working as a CNA, security jobs, odd jobs. And I didn't really see myself doing that. Right. Coming from me working at the ports, you don't want to really,
right.
Step down. So it's like, nah, can't do that. So, when they introduced the military to me, it was a big thing because I never did it before. So basically, it's like, it's a whole change of mindset. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I got into the military, I decided, like, what the hell am I doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is
like you're trying to find yourself.
Yeah. So, but then
what influenced you to get into real estate?
Oh, well, honestly, years ago when I was growing up, actually, when I was 15, I wanted to do my own business. And what influenced me really is after I started my first company, after I left, I got in here from Brooklyn, got in the military. I was stationed at Hunter Army Airfield in Fort Stewart. So after going overseas and coming back, I decided to stay here. So I don't want to go back to the cold or go back to Florida because I have family in Florida. It was too hot. So I was like, I want to be in the middle.
Right.
So I said, let me stay in Savannah. And when I was doing my first company, I made like $2.5 million in 2 years. But then everybody started online e-sales. So, the price of something that I used to sell for $150 went down to like $50. So because more people, it's like supply and demand. The more supply you have is less demand, so the price drops.
Right.
So I wanted to do, I saw my income going from $100,000 a month to like 50 to 30. So I'm like, I got to find something stable. I can duplicate this.
Right.
And then the feds were cracking down on you bringing stuff from overseas. They were charging you more tariffs and stuff because more shipping was coming in.
Right.
So you'd have lost packets in the mail. So I was losing money. So I'm like, no. So I started by getting real estate. So that's how I started getting real estate. That's one of the biggest influence to actually duplicate what I did in the online e-commerce to something that was stable, that I could go out there and touch it, feel it, see it, and nobody could take it. Yeah, it's tangible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what's up. What kind of challenges did you face, like going into something? I know you say that's something that you never did before. So what kind of challenges did you face, like going into it?
Well, honestly, before I started, I did my research. Like, did a couple
of. You heard what he said? He said before he started, he did it research.
Yeah, I did my research.
Education.
Yeah.
Anything you move forward and you're striving to do, educate
Don't
yourself.
just jump into it.
Right.
So what I did was I didn't know about real estate per se. So I got some books. My first book, I tell everybody to read this book, whether you want to be a real estate or not. Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Get that book, read it. It's life changing. I read it like 5 times, over and over again. Got the concept. And I went to a few seminars, read a few more books for other people, and went to seminars in Jacksonville, seminars in Atlanta. That's why I teach seminars now. I teach people when I teach classes. So instead of them going out of the city, they can come to me right here.
So when you say you going to these seminars, are these out-of-pocket expenses?
Yeah, you got to drive, you got to go. They tell you it's free, but by the time you get there, they tell you so much, but they want you to pay.
Right.
The university, $40,000, $30,000. But what I did was I got 3 different Mogul investors, and I put all the books together. And I kind of created my own system.
That's what's up.
Because the system back then was predicated on you buying a property, you holding it for 30 years, you retired at 65, you selling the house, and then you retire. Now, I don't want to live like that.
Right.
I want to drive a nice car now. So everybody I know that was in real estate was driving on beat-up cars. They was going knocking on doors, collecting money. I said, I'm not doing that.
Bringing a different flavor to it.
I want to drive nice cars now. I want to enjoy myself now. I want to go to the football games and basketball games.
Right.
I want to dress like a rapper. I want to be a businessman.
Nice
Yes, I want to do all that stuff now, but I still want to live for later. Right. So I developed a system where you have to start by buying low. So that's why we started incorporating getting in the hood. Nobody wanted to buy in the hood before. Nobody. There was nobody doing that before I got here. So now that I'm doing it, it's catch on. A lot of people start doing that because now you notice all the white folks are getting in the hood.
Right. They trying to what they call it, gentrify.
Yeah.
And somebody told me everywhere you see those little white strips with the red bricks and the white strip on the other side, that's like an area they about to begin gentrifying.
Right.
So if you can speak a little bit on the program that you say you developed, your system that you developed, can you elaborate? Like what is it? What do you offer? Like what does it offer?
Okay, so what we have is called the B.O.S.S Mogul mentorship program. What it is exactly what it states. It's becoming a mogul in the sense of the word. Mogul is a person that's very proficient, very knowledgeable, meaning that if they sat at home, they could flip real estate. If they on an island, they could flip real estate. They're in a different state, they could flip real estate. You know, your knowledge is so strong that it doesn't matter what market you're in. You already got knowledge already. So it's just numbers.
Right.
So that's what I try to teach. So what I did, I got a couple of local people here. Started out Lionel Brown, my first Mogul mentee. He signed up, and
shout out to Lionel Brown.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Lionel Rehabber. And right now he's done about 4 flips on his belt, going off the 5th one. And he's actually looking forward to quitting his job to actually do this full time. And that's the goal. So I got a Keem Brown. I got him do his flip.
Shout out to Keem
Yeah,
Brown.
I got several people. I got females doing it right now. Leslie Riffon, she's doing a flip. So when I've got people and I got them in, they signed up, and even if they don't have the money, a lot of people say, well, I ain't got the money to pay $5,000 or $10,000 to get me programmed. I said, well, come see me, sit down for a consultation for $295, and I'll show you where to find the money. See, the thing is about me, I'll show you where to find the money.
Right.
I'll show you how to get your life in order to get the money, because one of the things that I advocate is, it's not just using your money to do business. You want to use OPM.
Other people.
Yeah, so my thing is, a lot of people, I always tell people all the time, if you really want to do great and be successful in business and in the world, you have to first one, you got to get your credit straight. You got to pay people what you owe them. 2, you got to file your taxes. And 3, you got to actually have a bank account. Those things you got to have, because then when you go and get a loan, they're going to check if you have income coming in.
Right.
When you go for a loan, they're going to check your credit.
Right.
They go for a loan, they're going to ask you for tax returns.
Right.
Now, there's a lot of people I know for years. When I got here, used to make mad money with me. People that would work at the ports, truckers, people that had hair salons, all that stuff, but they never filed taxes. So what they was doing is getting money on the table. That's why you see a lot of people that work in the food industry, they keep getting money on the table. They don't have no income showing, so the basic income is not enough for them to get a house.
Right.
So now that we're in a situation now, it's 2022, and a lot of people are pushing you buying a house. People realize that I gotta go file my taxes to buy a house.
Right.
I gotta go do it, because you can still go get a car and all other stuff, but they'll give you a higher interest rate. That's why I see guys driving around with Dodge Chargers that the payments are higher than me having a Bentley.
Right.
I mean, I was a
Talk to him.
Yeah,
Talk to him.
you know, I got a Bentley. My Bentley payment would be maybe $800.
Yeah.
And they got a Dodge Charger $950.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? $1,000, and they're not driving a Bentley.
Right.
So these are things. But if you have the credit, then that Dodge Charger ain't worth about $250.
Right.
Ain't nothing.
So basically, it can be somebody that's in operation in whatever line of business that they got going on that possibly can or is making the money that will qualify them on paper, but them not having the taxes is keeping them out of the situation, and they probably qualify, but they need to make the loan.
This is what we need to know. And when I say we, I say we skin color folks,
Okay.
right? Remember, I'm West Indian, but I'm classified as black here in America.
Yeah.
Right. So the difference is,
Talk to them, man.
yeah, the difference is we have a system, right? The system in America is built. It's already set up already. And our people, which is African Americans and black people, we bought the system. Meaning that we don't want to do it the way it's set up.
Right.
We want to do it a different way, but it's not going to work. What we have to do, see, voting don't change nothing for black folks. Marching really don't change much, because we're still going to kill in the streets. The only thing I've noticed that changes everything is money. If your teeth get knocked out, you can fix it. I've had 2 friends of mine that got their teeth knocked out, and they came to me. I gave them $3,500 and got brand new teeth next 2 days. Kinds of money.
Right.
Got the money, then your life spiral out of control. So what we want to do is actually start doing the systematic things, which is, even if you were in graduate school, even if you got a GED, you want to make sure that you're credit. So all the people out there need to start going and stop putting the stuff in their kids' names. Don't put no bill in your kid's name. Don't use your kid's social security. Do nothing. What you want to do is, if you have a good credit card, if you have one credit card that you pay every single month, add your child to that credit card, right? So you start building credit for that child. Then you contact somebody like me and let me hook you up with my credit people, and they will keep monitoring the child's credit. For $99 a month, they help all my Mogul mentees get their credit scores up. I use them, they use them. So I only advocate with people within my network. You want to get your credit straight. A credit score between 680 to 750 is all you need. Not no 900, not no 800 to be a real estate investor. And then the thing about this business, to honest to God, you want to buy a house to invest in, you need 10% down. Once you have the credit, once you have the taxes, once you have the income from a job, you can go out there and buy a house for $100,000 with just $10,000. And the banks will give you the money, the $90,000 to buy, and also $50,000 to fix it up. You can't do that nowhere else.
Right.
This restaurant I'm sitting in right now, I have no bank loan for it. I can't get a loan for nothing because it's a restaurant. They don't want to finance restaurants because restaurants are kind of iffy. So the real estate stuff, they jump on it because you have a brick, tangible building.
Brick and mortar.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's a great man. That's a great. How? What made you come up with that system like this? When you upon educating yourself,
Well, what made me come to that system was I realized that a lot of people were doing this business kind of the wrong way, and I seen at the end of the day people will wait 20 years, 30 years, and end up losing their property through foreclosure, sickness, divorce, death in the family, life on a whole, you know, addiction, all that stuff. And one thing I should say, a lot of people out there before, I've been around people that had addictions, and I used to see it as their fault, but I had to realize it's a disease. So anybody that got family out there, man, take care of your family, try to help them as much as you can, because one day could be you. Because stress and depression is real, especially in the black community. Right. So we gotta take each other. It's something we want to do. But yeah, I built that system because I realized that people are losing their home. I'm like, I see somebody, an old lady, 20, 30 years later, she's losing her house, and she has 100,000 equity. But the problem with that is, when you have the equity then, and now you're in problems, the bank won't give you the money to fix the problem.
Right.
See, once
the equity don't matter then.
Don't matter. So I try to teach people now.
Just to make it sound good.
Yes. So what happens is, banks only lend you money when you don't need it. Sounds stupid.
Right.
And if you don't need money, I can guarantee you, like for instance, I can max out.
It sounds like they protecting themselves. Like we ain't got to worry about you paying it because we know what you work
Yeah.
with.
So if you had all credit cards, you max out all your credit cards, you can't get a loan. But if you pay off all the credit cards, they will send you paper and mail every day to get more credit.
Right.
So it's a system that we have. It's a system, and then you have to. So I learned that I don't want to see people keep losing their homes. What I want them to do is get a home, build equity in the house, pull the equity out, take the equity, invest it, and do it again. So I call the system rinse and repeat. Do it again and again and again. Yeah. And even if a lot of people say, well, I don't want to be a landlord, you don't have to.
Recycle the process.
Yeah, if you buy good, if you buy a house that's $100,000 and your mortgage on the property going to end up being say $900, and you can rent that house for $2,000, you can afford to hire a property manager. So you're going to be a landlord. All you got to do is sit back and get a check every single month.
Right. That is working for itself.
Working for itself.
Right.
While you still work your job or wherever you're doing. Okay. So if you even invest in 1 or 2 houses a year, in 10 years you have 20 houses. Do the math. Right. In 20 years you have 10 houses, 20 houses. And that's, you don't need 50 houses, you don't need 10 houses. Right. You can literally have 5 houses bringing you $1,000 a month. That's $5,000. People can live off that a month.
Right. Right. So listen. So basically what you're saying is like if you got a property and your property is in good standings and raise this equity in this property, and take the equity, invest the equity, flip the equity, take the flip, reinvest the equity, and keep it.
So one of the things I was like, when you get the
free game 101.
Free game. So one of the things I was telling you was this. Like for me, I will go ahead. I have like my investment accounts, stock, mutual funds, whatever, right? And I'll see a building that's selling for, say, $1 million, but I need about $150,000 down payment. I'm not going to let the one to sit in my investment account making 5 to 7%.
I'm an investor, so I'm
going to pull that money out. Yeah. I don't care the broker's feel. I'm pulling money out. I'm going to go buy the building, and within 2 years, the same building I bought for $1 million was now worth $2 million. Then I will refinance it, take that money out, I put my 150 back, and some extra money. Right. And then I still got more money left from it. So that 150 brought back $1 million.
And that's crazy that you say that, but it's crazily amazing because I was just listening to Myron Golden this morning, and he was saying, in the area of dealing with money matters, what you want to do is you want to get the daddy and mama money. You want the mama money to make baby money. You don't never want to touch the mama and daddy money. You just want to keep multiplying the baby money.
Yeah, you want to do that. So that's what biggest thing. Like I tell a lot of people say, well, like for me, I just bought a Lamborghini. He's like, one guy stopped me recently. He's like, you have enough, you buy liabilities. You have enough money to cover that. And my son looked at him, and I looked at him and we smiled. Yeah. Because he doesn't know what I'm doing, what we have going on. I said, yeah, I do. I said, I have a lot of property. I said, I can tell you right now, one property I have that can pay for my liability money is my Tiger White mansion. Another property I can pinpoint properties that can bring me that payment. So basically, what you do is for you to actually buy liabilities. I always tell people, create assets first. Formula, free game 101. I'm gonna give you something else. If you basically want to buy a car, right? If your car payment is gonna be say $350 a month, find your rental property. If you're gonna put $10,000 on this car, save the money. go invest in a property, then flip the property, take the money out of the property, put your $10,000 back, right? Then you get an extra $20,000 on top of it. Then you rent the property out, making an extra $1,000 a month. Down payment right there, $1,000 plus your insurance, plus you got cash in the pocket. Free car.
Free car.
Free car.
Free car.
Free car.
Yeah, and that's the better investment.
Yeah, free car.
Yeah, that as soon as you buy the car with the first thing, granted, not investing, it's gonna move value as soon as you drive it
And
off.
I tell a lot of people, if everybody buying new cars, don't buy a new car. Wait 3-4 years. I'm yet to buy a brand new car. I'm not gonna get me a 2020. The only brand new car I ever bought was my Vader, and that was a built car, a kit car. So that's different. But I'm not gonna go to lot and buy on the way because right now I want a 2022 Cadillac truck, and I got me a 2017, 2019 model because it's great, but I want to wait for 2 years, 2-3 years, and when that price drops,
right,
then I'm gonna get it.
Right. Get everything at everything at that works in your favor.
The appreciation is here. So
the depreciation value.
So we have to change. Like all my slogan is change minds, change lives. If we actually start pursuing the way I'm doing it, you can't lose because none of my Mogul mentees have failed. Every person that I've spoken to so far, whether a consultation or Mogul mentorship, I've actually gotten better in life.
Yeah.
So just like
I was about to say, just on Facebook, the two brothers with your name, I've seen the progress. And that's kind of what made me want to, get this interview as well.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm for the community. I tell a lot of people, I'm not selfish with the knowledge. I'm not selfish with information because at the end of the day, I can tell you something all day. If you don't do it,
right? You don't look it up. What make you care like that? Being that you from a whole nother country, and then you come here and you in Savannah, and then you know how the energy of Savannah creates time.
Yeah.
So what make you care so much?
Well, the thing is this: being poor is universal. Meaning that if I went to, I've taken trips to South Korea, I've taken trips to Mexico and other countries, right? And I've seen poverty. They look the same. Mm-hmm. So in Savannah, it's the same. Identical. So when you can relate to being poor, then somebody calling you and telling you, you know what, I'm going through stuff. I'm going through this, I lost my job, or I got kids. You can relate to that. If you already solved your problem, you can help solve your problem too by giving them information that they need to solve the problem. And if you can solve 5 new problems, it's 5 generations of problems you solve.
Right.
So I saw that, I understood that I'm still that poor, broke guy mentality from a third world country where I'm no different from anybody here.
Right.
So one thing I always tell people, money doesn't, for good people, money don't change you. What money does is enhance what you already was in you.
Right, characteristics.
Yes, that's what it does. So basically,
if you was an asshole, you're gonna be a bigger asshole.
That's it.
If you was somebody a great investor, you're gonna be an even greater investor.
That's it. So that's what money does to you. So for me, the people in Savannah, and I noticed there was a lot of folks here, and I know a lot of people get mad, I don't care. A lot of folks here that actually, what I call them the underbelly of Savannah, that would drag people, talk bad about people, lead people down the wrong direction, always want to think that only bad things gonna get you results. And I'm here to tell you no. I'm here to tell you that if you do exactly what I do, you'll be rich. It's just inevitable. It's like I'm giving you a blueprint you follow. Whether you sign up or whether you follow me on Facebook, you will learn so much. I've seen so many people that's doing what I do, all because they follow me.
What makes you stay in Savannah?
Oh, stay in Savannah. Because it's a hub. It's easier. Right here is low key. Living in New York is expensive, but then I can still survive because I can. Living in Miami is fun. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things to do. What I realize is I'm a Gemini. I'm the kind of guy that used to go to the strip clubs in Jamaica. I go to strip clubs here. I like dressing up. I like looking good. I like balling.
Right.
So I don't want to live in no place where balling is the concept. Everyday life, keeping up with the Joneses.
Right.
I don't want to do that. So I want to be in a place like Savannah where I know I can get outside and throw my wife beaters on and some shorts and a flip flop and run to the store and be cool. And then it's still cool. Nobody look at you no different. You're good. So Savannah's a hub for me where I can make money here, but then I can actually invest in the community. But I can fly everywhere I want to go to enjoy myself.
Right. It's like you still got the advantages of everything that they got to offer, but I can just calm down the middle of
Yes.
Savannah.
Calm you down.
Right.
I say it's grassroots right here.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's
We
what's
go
up.
9-1 deuce.
The 9-1 Deuce. That's what's up. That's what's up. If you had like any kind of words of inspiration for anybody, like just looking at you right now, anybody that's out in the city that probably see you, you know what I'm saying, don't get an opportunity to speak to you, would have opportunity to speak to you, or just in general, somebody who's trying to do anything growing forward in a positive aspect or influential aspect, what was your word of wisdom?
Okay, well, first thing I'm gonna tell you is a changed mind, change life. You gotta change your mindset. Everything that you've ever learned before, scrap it. If your parents was on Section 8, don't do it. If your parents used to vote a certain way, change that. I'm being dead serious with you. Always look at people ahead of you again. Look at where the white folks live, how they treat their neighborhoods. Look at what they do to get there. I'm gonna tell you, as much as people say we're oppressed, you gotta understand, people already have the blueprint already. If somebody's out there making money, ask them what they're doing. We're not talking about going to your local, drug dealer, your local rapper or whatever. I'm talking about people that actually are doing stuff legally, straightforward, not no scams. There's a lot of scams out there. What I'm saying is ask them, and you keep asking till you get an answer. And once you get an answer, you follow their blueprint to a T and don't deviate. And once you start getting the results, then you win. But you have to understand everything that they taught you before that kept you in a certain neighborhood, kept your family down. If you don't change all those aspects, you're going to keep repeating the same mistakes that your family done repeated and everything going forward, and your friends and everything. And one thing I keep telling people, stay out of jail. And ain't nothing there for you. Nothing there for you. Just they keep your system. I see people get 2 years in jail and get 15 years probation.
Right.
Like that doesn't even make sense.
I saw that.
Like that means if you get a traffic violation, that means anybody can stop and violate you.
Right.
You see me on the computer internet before. I don't tell cops to fuck off. I tell them it's nothing wrong. It's freedom of speech.
You talk your shit now.
Yes, I talk because I know my rights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not disorderly. That's not. It's in the rules book. You can actually get it.
Right. If you educate yourself, you can know how to talk. Like I threw a reunion one time, and everybody was like, "You drunk on there talking to the police like that?" Yeah, I might have been a little intoxicated, which is not a crime. But I still know how to conduct myself in a proper manner.
Yeah, but just like we can't be scared as a people.
No, you can't.
Education is key, and I tell a lot of people, if you can't read, learn to read. If you can't understand, ask questions. Somebody tell you verbatim, because there's different ways to learn. You can learn from reading, but you can also learn from somebody giving you layman terms the way you can understand it, and that's the best way. So always feel free to ask questions, man, and go up to people, talk to them. Don't be scared. Just like you go talk to a woman or a man. Let's go ask some questions.
Right. So we finna get ready to wrap up. I want to ask you one of these things. Like I call this the value of no, and I label no as next opportunity. So can you name one time where no worked in your favor? Like you was pursuing something and somebody told you no, and then eventually they told you no, but you eventually end up working around that and conquering that goal anyway, or either that no didn't work in that aspect, but it worked in another aspect because missing that opportunity or not capitalizing on that opportunity allow you to be in position to catch another blessing.
All right, so I can tell you about a million instances.
Come on, give me one go.
I can give you a good one. The very building we're sitting in right now, right? The building we're sitting in, this is a 6-unit commercial plaza, strip mall, right? I'm one of the only black people I know that own a strip mall. And when I was trying to buy the strip mall and the laundry store next door, I went to my investor and I said to him, I need, it was set up for $500,000. I said, I need $400,000. I got $100,000 down. He said, I like the deal. No. He said, I looked at it, there's no parking, whatever, I like the deal. So I went to another bank to get a deal done. About a week before I was supposed to close on the deal, the bank backed out. So I went back to my investor again. I said, listen, I want this deal. I said, I will show you, I will create the parking. I will create whatever you say this, I'll create it. And the last minute, that no turned to a yes. I bought the property, I paved off the back, I put about 20 parking spots in the back. I did the sides, 6 parking spots on the side. So I included another 26 parking spots. Then the property actually turned around and went from being valued at $5,000 to right now almost $2 million. And that's in 3 years.
Right. And you increase the value of what they call the hood, which raises, which brings am I saying this right? Does it bring down the property value or raise up the property value?
Yeah, the property value. So with that, it's not just say monetary. What I'm saying is that when somebody goes through and renovates certain dilapidated boarded properties, it brings the whole value of the neighborhood in terms of like quality of life for the people too. See, that's why I put this restaurant right here. I want to put something where I can actually hire local people because most people that work here actually live around the corner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
stimulate the economy,
for the neighborhood. So basically, it's less crime. So what you want once you do that, it's going to be less crime. There's going to be less violence, more opportunity for people. And once people know it's safer, then the more things going to get bigger and better and better.
Right, right. What made you invest into a pizza shop? Or did you already have that in mind? By the way, it's a nice environment. I influence anyone to come here. The feng shui is amazing. Bathrooms are clean. Nice vibe all the way around. Feel like you're on the island. It's really a cool vibe. No cap.
And that's it. The shirt says cool vibes, peace over.
Cool vibe.
But yeah, I really wanted to bring. I tried to get Little Caesar over here, right? I want to bring something that was kind of like familiar to people, that they could, quick food, lunch, whatever. Not like major, but it's familiar. So they couldn't do it because they had pizza. Little Caesar's like a mile and a half away in both directions. And then I was like, I still want to do it. I didn't want to do another restaurant like that. I wanted to do a franchise type stuff, which I incorporated. So I got with the owner of Green Fire Pizza, and his kids wanted to rent some property for me out of my management company, and they said, Dad, I want a pizza shop. I said, I left my office the same day. Went down there, met him, brought him the same day. He looked at the space. I said, let's do it.
So, in the area of franchising, if somebody was looking to franchise, would you say that would be the best thing, like to collab with a bigger franchise, or how would you even?
Everything at the end of the day is numbers. I tell everybody all the time, if you're going to invest in anything, can't look at name, can't look at who. You gotta look at, are you going to be making money at the end of the day? That's at the end of the day. I don't care who it is. Like for instance, people come to me all the time about different things. Well, if I see the numbers and the numbers make sense, I can buy trucking. And I showed me the numbers, and I looked at what it's going to cost me to buy 2 trucks and 2 chassis. That's okay. How much money I plan to make? That's okay. I can do it because the numbers make sense.
Right.
Everything you're doing. See, I don't advocate for no business that's going to take you 3 and 5 and 10 years to make money. You got to have old money. And you want new money, you got to start making money from a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2nd month, 3rd month. And owning a restaurant, I tell a lot of people, since I know for a fact that restaurants don't make a lot of money. It take you 2-3 years before you start making, because a lot of marketing opportunities start coming about. Right, especially when it's not a franchise. So if you're in a franchise, if you do something like Chick-fil-A or one of the places, sure, because they already came with all these things, but it's expensive to get one. Right. So at the end of the day, if you're investing, say, $1 million in owning or something like that, you're not gonna get your money back right away. Right. It's gonna take you 2 to 3 years or whatever. So it just depends on where you want to be invested. If you want to start something small, you gotta get something that's gonna bring you that money soon. Then take that money and invest in something else. Right. And then rinse and repeat.
Right.
Like anything else.
Back to the mama money again. Back to the mama money. Back to the rinse and repeat. Recycle the process. And it's financial recycling. That's why my name is episode Financial Recycling with the business mogul JB. Man, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to get it out of here, man. I appreciate you for your time, your space, your energy, man. I appreciate you for your patience as well and trying to link with you. We're going to take it out on this note. Give me the value of being you. What's important to somebody else, the value of being yourself. Just like you said, when you wanted to buy this building, that your investor told you it wasn't a good look, you double back around. What makes you, what's the value, what's the importance of being yourself?
Well, the value of being myself is being me. That's my value, my name, my reputation. I'm very honest, straightforward. I'm gonna give it to you the way it's supposed to be given, and I stand by my word. And it's something that is lacking in our community, lacking in society, where people give you the word and it's not bond. So my thing is, if I hire you to do something, I'm gonna pay you. If I say I'm gonna do some stuff with you, I'm gonna do it. I'm like that. So I won't ever. People ask me questions and I can't really answer because I'm gonna be honest with you. I say I can't tell you I can make it at a certain time because things may happen. So I don't want to tell you 2 o'clock and 2 o'clock comes, I can't make it, then you mad at me. No, I'm going to be definite about it. So what makes me, what values me, because at the end of the day, I can sell myself. That's what I do for banks. When I go to a bank, I tell them, go check my credit. I've never had a missed payment in over 18 years, never had a bankruptcy, never had a foreclosure, through the recession, through the pandemic. I'm still surviving. What does that tell you?
Basically, you step into the banker as a banker.
They're telling them the values in me.
Right.
And that's why a lot of banks have me have life insurance.
Right.
Because if you let something go wrong with me, the shit goes on right now.
Right.
I built a good system, we'll be fine.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, tell them where they can reach you at, man. Give them your social media handles, numbers, and websites.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, so I have a property management company that's located in Savannah, Georgia. It's called B.Net Management Inc. On the web is www.bnetmanagement.com. The phone number is 912-228-4630. We actually are one of the only companies in Savannah, Georgia, maybe the state, that actually rents to people that have bad credit. So if we don't check your credit scores, we actually look at exactly if you pay your landlord, if you got medical bills, cell phone stuff, we don't worry about that stuff. What we look at is if you take your home. So we won't penalize you for credit scores. If you've been a felon before and you've actually been through the system, but now you change your life, you come around, you can still come to us. If you've been evicted or dispossessed, all that stuff, we give you a second chance to actually continue living, but with a better quality life. As to a lot of people will put you in a spot because you're a felon or you have bad credit in the worst particular position with rats and roaches, and there's nothing you can do because that's what they gave you. For us, we want to make it the best possible situation for you. If you can live there, I can live there. So that's one company that we have. We have the JB for Savannah Mogul mentorship program, where we actually teach people how to flip houses, how to own real estate, how to build generational wealth. That's one of the biggest things we do. You can reach us at the same number, 912-228-4630 or jbflipsavannah@gmail.com. And trust me, I haven't had one failed mentee yet. Everybody's doing great. Everybody's going to do great, and we all making money. All right, so you can invest with the company. You can also flip properties with the company and build generational wealth. We have Kuva's Pizza and Wings, which is my pizza shop. It's a franchise that we're building. If you see the decor here, it's actually set up like a franchise. Like actually, I went somewhere and kind of collabed with one of the big conglomerate companies to open this, but this is actually a local, company that we built. And I shout out to Russell Lee and Eugenia for helping with the design and the whole setup. I appreciate them for that. And we have what is called a fusion, which is Italian food mixed with Caribbean, Jamaican essence, seasoning, spices. So we have the oxtail pizza.
Tell about that.
That's amazing. It's like you can actually eat that pizza today and put it in the refrigerator and warm it again 2 days later, and it still tastes not no cardboard type stuff. So we have a rasta pasta. We have a jerk chicken sandwich. We have a Jamaican jerk salad. So a lot of different things. So we kind of mixed it and fused it with Italian and Mediterranean stuff to give you a great concept that you won't find anywhere else. But yeah, like I have a lot of different things. We have the Tybee White Mansion, and Tybee is a vacation rental, Airbnb, and we're doing a lot more. So, I'm trying to spread my wings in terms of, different businesses, not just real estate, but different arenas to actually incorporate more things so I can hire more people and bring more value to the communities that I invest in.
So, speaking a little bit about the Tybee thing, because I want to speak on that. What's your plans for that? Like, what's your vision for that?
Okay, well, we got some big things. With Tybee White Mansion, it's www.tybewhitemansion.com. You can find them for custom vacation rentals. Tybee White Mansion is a 3-story white mansion with an elevator. That's owned by myself, a black man in the city where it's predominantly white, and they don't like it, but it is what it is. And we fight the battles that we can fight to move on. But my plan is actually to bring more equity and inclusion on Tybee Island. Plan to have events on the beach. For everybody, not just black people. I want to bring stuff like the carnival to Savannah. Stuff like we can actually, instead of all the stuff that people fly to Miami for, and fly to, I want to have it right here on the beach. But just that we've always been scared of doing anything on Tybee as black people. We don't really want to go because people want to go where they're not welcome. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is I want to get with the city, work with the city down there, and get all the permits necessary, and do it the right way.
Right.
So everybody is happy.
Right. So that it can be done.
So that is my goal.
Right. Like I told you, man, he's the Renaissance realtor and the master mogul in the it's because of his drive and not because of his size. Man, I want to just take the time to thank you, man. I thank everybody for just, you know what I'm saying, sitting out there. Thank you for your time, your space, and energy. This has been the Iron Sharpening Iron interviews. I am your man, Mr. Swerving and Serving. This is Mr. JB. Appreciate you again. Check him out, all aspects. And on that note, we go.
All right, peace out.